Good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Man, they say be careful what you wish for because you might just get it. It's kind of cool when you start thinking about, man, we got a game on, Wednesday afternoon. We got Cowboys playing on Tuesday night. We got 2 games on Monday night. We live streamed that game, and that game was literally hideous. That game was so butt ugly. The Steelers, excuse me, sorry about that. The Steelers had to be the worst 11-0 team in the history of football. How the heck, wait, how the heck are you guys in a dogfight of a game with a team that half of their starters literally are not playing because they're in COVID? Haven't been able to even practice. Now, you guys have been waiting. I know the game's been put off, but you've been able to go to your facilities. You've been able to practice and stuff. You got your big gun in Big Ben. Some of the coaching decisions of going forward on 4th down, the turnovers and everything else, I'm sitting there looking at the Steelers and saying, how the hell are they 11-0? And for the Baltimore Ravens, damn. RG3, wow. Baltimore had 11 yards passing in the first half. I think RG3 had a total of 35. Now, it came around when they put the 3rd string quarterback in there, but you see, wow. RG3, that rookie year, was a confluence. I think that's the right word. Fortunately, my wife's not here because if I said it wrong, she'd give me the look like, don't ever use that word again because you messed it up. But it's a confluence. It's kind of like where you have the 2 rivers that come together there in Pittsburgh that make the Ohio River and all that. I think it's the Ohio River. I guess it is, whatever. The mahogany, the Allegheny, or whatever. It's 2 rivers that come together to make a new river or something, whatever. And where the water comes together, that's a confluence. Okay, so I educated you on something here tonight. Okay, confluence. But RG3 was a confluence of something different. He was a running quarterback, okay? A quarterback that was better at running the football. Not a great arm, but because he could run the football so well, he could get outside of the pocket. Because people were concerned about his running, the D-backs would leave the receivers, and it'd be a little easy, just throw it up, okay? It's not like you had to have a lot of separation on the passes because there was nobody there with the guys. And if they didn't come up, he could take off and run until he got his knee busted. But defensive coordinators realized after 1 year, you knocked the crap out of him, he's not going to be as effective. And once he hurt the knee, he wasn't the same. And this is one of those things that's a foreshadowing of Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson may be the greatest running quarterback, dual threat quarterback in the history of football, but it's not maintainable. And the problem is going to be is for him, he's going to have to get better with the passing as those skills diminish because you cannot run for so long. Sooner or later, you're going to break down. But you see something here, and this is something that we as Cowboy fans can actually recognize. That team, without Lamar Jackson at the helm, ain't shit. That offense is literally Lamar Jackson makes that thing go. And you see that because the only reason why Baltimore was in there is because Pittsburgh fumbled, a punt return deep in their territory, and they got an easy score. But other than that, you didn't see much offense other than RG3 had one really good run. And you see what the quarterback does. We can take that with the Dallas Cowboys and look and say, you know what? Without Dak Prescott, this offense ain't going. Now, I get sick and tired of hearing people because I had there's a few Eagle fans that still come around. Most of them have gone south for the winter. But now it's so funny how I hear Eagle fans say, he ain't got no weapons to throw to. Didn't you just draft Rhaegar in the first round? Didn't you get that guy? Wasn't he supposed to be one of the top receivers in football? Don't you have Dallas Goddard, one of the best tight ends in football? Wasn't Zach Ertz just a couple of years ago, that Super Bowl tight end that was really making outstanding catches? I don't want to hear this saying that he ain't got weapons, because this is what you guys would say about Dak Prescott. You'd say, oh, well, no. Look at the weapons he got. He got all kinds of weapons and things. Could it be that having weapons means nothing if you can't get them the ball? Because Andy Dalton got the same weapons as Dak Prescott, but I don't see him throwing for 400 plus yards a game. Do you? Same weapons, basically the same offensive line. I don't see them scoring the same points without him. Now, you can turn around and say, well, Lamar Jackson, he had this guy and that guy and all that. Well, I tell you what, you changed it up with RG3, who's also a running quarterback, but he damn sure couldn't hit nobody. And now you guys turn around and say, oh, well, Carson Wentz has heavy weapons. Are you sure about that? Or is some of that Carson Wentz can't get the ball to the weapons? Because I saw a lot of times where he's taking a sack because he's holding on to the ball too long. I saw quite a few times where he's throwing the ball behind the receiver. I saw quite a few times where he was missing guys that were open. He didn't see them. Stop this nonsense that, a baby in Carson Wentz and you kill everybody else. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And you got a guy that can make that team go. It literally. You can look at the Baltimore offense today with RG3 versus with Lamar Jackson. Night and day difference. You can look at the Cowboys offense where everybody is better when Dak Prescott in there. From Zeke Elliott to Michael Gallup to CeeDee Lamb to Dalton Schultz to Amari Cooper. That everybody gets elevated with Dak Prescott. And that's the same thing with Lamar Jackson. Everybody gets elevated because of the abilities of that quarterback. And it's time to give Lamar Jackson his due and say that guy is the reason why Baltimore is as good as they are. And it's time to give Dak Prescott the same kind of due, because in the same breath, this offense ain't nothing like it was without Dak. Nothing. Now, here's where it gets interesting. After seeing this game today and literally having a hard time staying awake, thank God I had you guys there that kept, tapping me on the shoulder and saying, wake up, because I was literally falling asleep on it. Lamar Jackson tested positive, I believe, Thanksgiving night. You have to be in protocol for 10 days. So depending on if they counted it on Thursday or Friday, that means he can't get out of COVID protocol till Monday or Tuesday. Now, for them, at least the game is in Baltimore, so he doesn't have to travel. But you're talking about a guy who hasn't practiced. We're talking about practice, not a game. Now we're talking about practice for about 2 weeks. So playing that game, if he's off of it, because see, if he doesn't pass, if he still has a test and he fails, he might not play. Now, here's the thing. I'm not sure that team, without Lamar Jackson, beats the Cowboys. And you don't know how many of the other players on Baltimore who tested positive, like over the weekend, Friday and Saturday, if those guys are going to be able to play. All of a sudden, you got to say, you're telling me there's a chance. I had to say that you got a chance. I got to say you got a chance at Baltimore. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm not sure that would be the best thing for the Cowboys at this point with this season the way it is. I mean, you still aren't going to have Zach Martin. But who knows? Crazier things could happen. But you can't tell me that either of those teams look like anything tonight, especially Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, man, yeah, you got the win, but dudes, you weren't locked out of your facility. You could still practice, and you were playing second and third stringers and stuff, man. Come on, Pittsburgh. I thought you guys were supposed to be elite. Well, we'll see what happens on Tuesday. Cowboys got back to practice today, and they watched that game. I got to tell you, if they made it through that game wide awake, they got to be looking and saying, man, if they don't get the players back on this team, we got a chance. I can guarantee you they felt good after watching that game. I can guarantee you they did. All right. That's all I got to say about that. I'll probably be back out here later on to go ahead and get my fireside chat on if there's any other news or anything else for the day. So I'm going to get this uploaded and go spend some time with Mama, because if Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And you guys know how that is. All right. Peace.